Hi, Macy here, your Big Happy Love Coach, and welcome to video 3 of the Be Adored video training series. And I am so happy to share this information with you, and I'm so excited about today's topic because it really is really layered with so much good information that I think that you'll have so much more clarity after this video. And just as a reminder, the other videos are available. So if you missed one, please go back. It's really important to be able to build on all this information because I'm giving you everything that I can possibly give you. I'm not holding back at all. This is not skimming over the top. This is not just teasing you into doing something else. This is about how can you have some clarity right now? Like, what are those things that you need to know? And whatever magical way you arrived here at this video or at this series is absolutely on purpose. And there is wisdom here for you. Even if it's just one or two things for you right now, in a couple weeks, you may come back and re-listen and find out more because there's a lot here. And this is a beautiful journey to help you actually get to that place where your person can find you. And that's my vision for you. That's what I've seen with a lot of other women, hundreds of women who have come in and felt like, this is never going to happen for me. It's so hard. Like, there are not any good ones out there anymore. Like, all these different excuses and beliefs that actually aren't true. So video 1, I shared with you just a really simple but magical practice on how to start generating those juicy love feelings. And so that's a really cool thing to go back and experience, because experiencing things is really how we get it working for us. If we're not taking action, we're not going to see any different result. So that's video 1 about love attraction, like why it's really awesome and important and necessary to do these practices and find a healthy relationship. It's not just extra. This is why we're here on this planet. It's a human need. And the second video was reinforcing that even more. It's like where we can find our great guy. And that's specifically bringing you back to yourself and what it takes to actually create that. So please go back and watch that one because there's a lot of important science that will back up, why it is we even long for this. So that's huge. And then today I'm sharing with you the 3 biggest mistakes I see women making all the time that will keep you from love, that will actually push your quality guy away if you don't have these in place. And I will be totally honest. I mean, I've shared my story with you. These were really the game changers. Absolutely the essential difference that I made when I fixed these mistakes. The year completely changed. And honestly, I started my real concentrated, focused love attraction practice right at the beginning of 2011, I think, like January. And I met Larry in April. So you can see that that's not a very long time to make some huge shifts. That's exactly what happened to me. The years before that were completely different love experience. I was dating, meeting people, not feeling inspired. And after that, even as early as January, I was meeting people who I was thinking, wow, I really respect these people. I really I feel really like this is a mutual kind of relationship, but they weren't necessarily my relationship. But it took a couple times and I finally met Larry. So know that it doesn't even have to take that long. Isn't that amazing? Like, we often set out thinking everything is going to be so hard and it's never going to change, and oh, I can't do it. It's just going to be painful and exhausting, and I don't have time, and there's just too much. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know how. Like, all of these things build up. And actually, it doesn't have to be that way. That's why I'm creating this video series for you, to give you some more focus. And as part of this video, I am going to share with you this incredible new tool that I developed over the last couple days because I've just been so inspired. I want you to have everything. So this tool is something you can download. It's a guide. It's my Be Adored guide. It's Pathway to Soulmate Love. Just check it out and really use that as an inspiration. It even has places where you can add some information in. So that I'm going to add in here right below so you can have that download free. Just for being here. So woo-hoo, dance party, yay. So here we go. Today I'm talking about the 3 biggest mistakes, and I have some notes. I will just dive into the first one, and the first mistake is that we are not making love a priority. We're not committing to it. We are not being available to it. And the way that happens is that, well, you declare it, you decide, I'm making love a priority. And then you have a plan, like you decide that you're going to do practices or get in the world in new ways. So you want to create kind of an authentic dating strategy. Of course, it comes with, having support, and all those things can be really helpful too. But just really paring down to the core of this, which is deciding that you're going to make love a priority. It sounds so simple, but I see so many times when people are like, yeah, I really want that. But then the actions aren't aligned with meeting people, with getting out there, with doing the personal reflection that's needed to really figure out, what is that relationship that I need? Like, what is that person that I need? And owning that, because it comes at a subtle level too. Like, if we are saying, I want to be in a committed relationship with someone, and the way we behave in our relationships in general is not committed, like we don't follow through with our plans, or we even say, you know what, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week, and I'm going to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday this week, and then you blow it off. It's like you're breaking your own commitment to yourself. And I've heard even women say, oh, I hate guys who, make dates and then either they blow me off or they ignore it altogether, or they cancel last minute, or they keep canceling over and over again and trying to reschedule. And it's like their pattern is that. And then they're like really pissed off because they're like, oh, these guys can't commit. And then at the same time, they'll make commitments like, oh yeah, I will do this love coaching homework. And then they don't do it, or they don't respond. Like that is a mirror of that too. So that's really important to recognize. How committed are you even to yourself? So number one biggest mistake is not prioritizing love, not being committed to yourself and what you really want, which if you really want love, commit to it. And that makes you available for love. Awesome. So the second one is around the vision. And so this can be that either your vision of love is really just kind of vague, like you're saying, I just want a good guy. I just want someone nice. That's like way too vague. I promise you, you don't just want someone who's nice. That's like throwing out this giant wide net, and then really everyone qualifies. I mean, most people are nice. So you want to really take the time to be specific, even create a vision board that shows like images that really resonate with you and what you want in relationships, snuggling by the fire, walking your dogs together, just having those conversations over coffee. Like really find those images and put them together. Be really specific. Really look at your values and how does that align with your vision? What do you value? How do you know what you value? Like what matters to you? What do you love? What do you do mostly? Like what are you spending your time on that feels really good? And if you're not doing that, ask yourself that. Like take time to really reflect, because the mistake of it is, like I said, throwing that wide net. The mistake of it is kind of denying yourself, depriving yourself of really going inward to look at what matters to me. Like if you're just denying yourself the truth, because the truth is, you know what? I really want someone who wants to adopt like 25 kittens from all over the country and like raise them in a giant little basket and make them little tiny sweaters and whatever is true for you, let it be true. Do not deny it, okay? So that's the second mistake I see, is that we're not true to what it is we really want. And because we are kind of denying that, there's like a part of us that says, well, I can't have that. I can't have that. So I'm just going to have to just figure out, like in our minds, like what can I have? Well, I'm just going to throw this wide net that says, just want a good person. For sure, I'll be able to find that if I'm general enough, which the lie of it is that you don't. You are basically sort of invisible to people because you're not being very specific. Like if everybody fits the bill at some like high level, then it's just watered down and then no one can really find you. When you say that I every morning just love to have a green smoothie with 1 tablespoon of organic almond butter and a tad of coconut milk and some cardamom sprinkled on top, and you find that person who's just like, wow, I do that too. They're like, oh, they're so excited. Or this is kind of an exaggeration, but you know, you start connecting at deeper levels, and that's what really matters. I mean, what I'm talking about in being adored is finding those people that really, really get you. So you have to be very clear. And I know what you're saying. I know your fear is, well, that problem, what I want is not going to exist. Or that's going to be way too hard to find. There's no way. I've seen it, Macy. I've gone online. Nobody's like me, and blah, blah, blah. But if you don't ever really have that intention that's clear, because the universe wants to know your intention. And if it's watered down and vague, it really can't help you out. You've got to be specific. So I know it may stir up some fears in you right now, and I'm honoring that, and I get it, but it's not true. Those things aren't true. We really, really, really want to get clear. Then the third one is that you are trying to do all of this in a vacuum. Like you're not getting support. You don't share it with your friends. You don't communicate what it is that you are wanting to create. And this is kind of part of the love ally. It's like if we are hiding what it is we really want in our love life, and we're not asking for support, whether it's from a love coach or whether it's from our friends saying, you know, I am going to do this year, and that can be really scary, right? To declare what it is you want to create, because what if you don't? Like, what's that going to look like? Well, I would like to help you believe that your vision and your desire is bigger than any of these fears. Being adored is bigger than anything. Like we talked about yesterday in video 2, the longing for connection is the greatest human need. And if we're not satisfying that, our biology is gonna grab for it some way anyway. So the consciousness we bring to creating our relationship, and the consciousness we bring to, and the courage we bring to asking for support, and taking the time to really be honest with our vision, and taking the time to like really value ourselves enough to make it a priority and commitment, has to be bigger than any of these fears. And yes, it's a vulnerable path. It's definitely a risk. But what I'm saying with number 3 is the solution for that. Because having someone who is cheering you on and who only has your goal as their best interest too, then there is more power to that. It's a shared vision. It's like a community of people that can cheer you on and hold that vision with you, which builds that bigger momentum. So really having support on this path is big. And I am going to share with you in the next video, more about how you can make that work for you, because you want to be able to create that structure in a smart way. Because, you know, there are people who aren't necessarily maybe there in our best interests. And I'll give you an example of, you know, you can think of probably family members that mean well, certainly, but aren't those real like pick-me-up people. Like maybe they're, you know, it doesn't always feel good to share stuff with them. You may even have girlfriends that don't necessarily get it, or it doesn't feel that supportive. So that is something that, you know, we do want to be careful about, is how we create that support system. So biggest mistakes: not making it a priority, not really being solid with your vision, and not having the proper support system to help you move through the hard times, help you move through the fear, help you not make the same mistakes you did before because they're old habits, and help you move into new habits that are love attracting so that you can be adored. So there you go. Like I said, you know, all of this stuff is naturally going to bring up those fears of thinking, oh, well, yeah, maybe that worked for you or a couple other women here and there, which is not true. It's actually worked for hundreds of women, that it wouldn't work for you. Well, what's the danger here? What's the risk of trying? Really, you don't have anything to lose by doing something different. We know from Einstein's famous quote is that you can't change a problem from the consciousness that it was created in. So it really requires us to really explore new ways. And by saying, oh, well, that's not going to work for me, then you're defending what it is that you actually don't want in the first place, right? So I want to encourage you to think in a new way, to think, wow, like, I'm going to try some of these things. I am going to, you know, review my vision. I am going to make love a priority. I'm going to try something new. And so here is your opportunity. And so I am giving you that free download. So that's another way to really give your love life space so much more like fire. And I will be sharing with you more on the final video, how you can really bring this all together and make 2017 your year for love. So don't miss that video, because it's really essential that we pull this all together and offer you exactly the next steps you need to really make this your year for that amazing love story. So I can't wait to talk to you again. We'll see you on the next video. Big happy love to you. See you soon.